Hello there. Today, my wife Jen and I are watching Kenobi. I am so excited. Originally, Kenobi was supposed to come out on Wednesday, but then they pushed it back to Friday today. But the good news is that they released 2 episodes today, so I'm very, very happy about that. It's been over a year since I showed Jen Star Wars for the first time. It's crazy how time flies. So if you want to check that out, you can watch it over here. The very first time I was showing Jen the prequel trilogy. There have been rumors for so long about Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I remember when it was finally confirmed that he would be returning. I know that the prequels are probably more loved now. They're definitely more loved now than when they first came out, and so I'm so happy that people love Obi-Wan. Even back then, people thought that Ewan McGregor was one of the highlights, the biggest highlights of the prequels, even if they didn't like the movies. So I'm super excited for that. Jen and I have been watching Clone Wars. A lot of people have been asking about Clone Wars, and we've been posting them exclusively on Patreon. You might remember we did a Star Wars week. We were kind of seeing how the numbers were doing, so we decided to go ahead and move it to Patreon. However, all Patreon tiers will have access to them. And the one that I'm actually posting the same day this is coming out on Patreon is quite a bit longer reaction, because Jen and I were just, I guess, in good moods when we were filming them. So that's a pretty fun video. If you don't want to join Patreon, you can also join the YouTube membership down below. There's only 1 tier on there, and I've been posting them for that as well. So you don't have to go to Patreon if you'd rather do that. Jen and I were talking about it. A lot of people have been commenting that they don't like the idea of a paywall, and we totally understand that. So we were like, we have to make sure we're making money if we're going to be putting all the time and effort into the Clone Wars. If the numbers aren't there, we aren't, which is why we moved it over to Patreon and the YouTube memberships. But we know that there's a lot of you that can't afford it or just don't want to, and that's fair enough. So comment down below if there's an arc or arcs that you're really wanting to see, and I have no problem that once we get to that point, kind of creating a compilation video of some of the more requested arcs down the line. Would that be a fair compromise? Let us know what you think down in the comments below. But I am so excited to watch Kenobi. What are your thoughts going into it?
I'm really excited. We've been doing Clone Wars, but besides that, it's been a minute since we've done some really juicy Star Wars material. So I'm excited to see how this is gonna turn out. I know it's not even the same character, but I can't help but think about when we were delving into The Mandalorian and how much I ended up loving that. When in the beginning I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Now that I know what it's like to kind of have a Star Wars themed television show, I'm really curious how this is gonna turn out. So I'm really, really excited.
I say we go ahead and go off to a galaxy far, far away. Kenobi.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
The baby.
It's this boy.
Oh, I love it already. No, it just looks like a fan edit you could find anywhere on YouTube, but still so bad for that kid
Cute.
in real life.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Promise me you will train the boy.
Oh, Mr. Q.
Mr. Q, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I heard that. That's a name I've not heard for a long time. Episode 3 is so good. I don't care what anyone says. So good, classic.
Are you my master?
Oh gosh.
My wife and I will take the girl.
Miguel.
Always talked of adopting a baby girl.
I know that was just a recap, but it really got me psyched. Oh, this is taking place during episode 3. Oh. Oh my gosh, I love this so much already. I'm literally I got goosebumps. I don't even know these kids. Yes.
Do we know who that is?
I don't know, I don't recognize them. I don't know.
Oh. Ooh, I love the
Yeah,
background.
This is great. Honestly, you could do so much with Order 66 from episode 3. Yes.
Nice.
It'd be so cool to be an extra in a Star Wars show.
Who's that?
I don't know, but I think this is some of the Inquisitors. There were a couple in Fallen Order. Some people were saying that Rebels is more closely tied to this, but I know them from the Fallen Order video game.
It looks so dark.
You know what we do?
You hunt Jedi.
In actuality, I would say the Jedi hunt themselves. Their compassion leaves a trail.
I
What?
like that quote.
Rumors run rampant. Nice place. Now, if he were smart, he'd keep moving, but the Jedi code is like an itch, and they travel quickly.
I like his makeup.
His compassion has been his undoing.
Ooh. Yeah.
There.
Ooh.
Prepare him for interrogation.
You wait.
Ooh.
What was interesting.
But to say I can't run around that.
You are reckless. You will forget this fixation with Kenobi, or I will relieve you of your duties.
Reminds me a lot of like Nazis hunting down the Jews, or the Japanese hunting down early Christians in like the 1400s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Ewan. Negotiations were short.
Please, I have a family.
Oh man.
Keep moving.
It's like 99 from Clone Wars.
Something you want to say?
It's like one of the most powerful Jedi ever.
Do it, just say something.
Patience, humility.
It's depressing.
This is.
Oh, is it a camel?
It's a space camel, babe. Magnificent creatures, space camels.
Oh. He saved some food to feed the camel.
Boston, I would just cook you if I was hungry. If I got hungry enough.
Holden, Thomas, Hardman do not know.
I'm just saying, put the oven at 425, preheat, put Popper in for 35 minutes.
She's just happy to get any kind of attention. Some salt and pepper too.
So you can't get on to me and then participate.
Oh, I love his little bachelor pad.
Little hut.
Oh.
You're late.
Oh, hearing his voice. I love it.
You have it? I'll give you 50. Yes, I had some parts stolen. I need a new processor board.
It's probably the one they stole.
If you're going to steal my parts and then
Yep.
sell them back to me, could you at least clean them first?
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
yes. I love it. Give me the direct prequel references. Oh. Rough, man. That's a rough way to live.
Yeah.
It's Luke. Uncle Owen, same actor from prequels too. There he is, Luke Skywalker.
Oh.
You're looking for somebody else.
Oh gosh.
What are you doing here, Obi-Wan?
My name is Ben. Walk into the middle of the desert and bury it in the ground.
Jeez.
Live a normal life.
I mean, like everyone he knows was killed, you know.
The time of the Jedi is over.
Hard hearing him talk like this,
Yeah.
but I get it, you know, at the same time. Is this supposed to be Leia? Oh.
She insisted you would find it amusing, Your Highness.
Aw. The daughter of Darth Vader.
Medical fighter. Pleasure barge, boring.
Had to do this today?
Do what?
Down.
All I ever do is wave.
Then do more than wave. You get out of this what you put into it.
Turn on that old charm.
Feel you doing that.
Oh.
I want you to stay away from him.
It's just a toy.
It's a lot more than that.
There's a whole galaxy out there.
I'm asking you to leave us alone, Ben.
You must be trained.
Like you trained his father. Anakin is dead. There's a Jedi hiding on this planet.
You have no rights here. We're not under the
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Anyone
Gosh.
knows anything? You know something?
My family's of no concern to
It
you.
might be. You got a Jedi on that farm too?
No.
Tell me where the Jedi is, or this man and his family die!
Ooh.
Save his family?
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Stand down, third sister.
She's a loose cannon.
Aren't you impulsive?
Sick of wasting time. Maybe you don't go far enough.
That was a close one.
You, Owen.
Miguel.
Anything good today?
Oh, is that
That's 3PO.
C-3PO?
You don't need manners when you're talking to a lower life form.
Then I guess I don't need manners when I'm talking to you.
Oh, Slimo.
You repeat what he says, even though you don't really know what it means. You've never made one decision for yourself in your entire life, and you never will.
It's a very articulate little girl.
It's also a little turd bucket.
He is.
One day this planet will look to you, Leia. Imagine the look on your cousin's face.
Aw. Feel bad when he's like, this planet will look to you one day. And all I think of is... Ooh.
Just waiting.
For what?
For you.
Come on, guys, move your capes. Power Rangers Mystic Force over here.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Trees must be holograms where she comes from. Oh!
Oh gosh.
Probably could have done a little better with
Yeah. They should have been able to catch her right away.
The chick like took 3 steps into a branch.
She needs you, Obi-Wan.
Oh,
We can't trust anyone else.
help us, Obi-Wan. You're our only hope.
What about the Senate?
I am the Senate.
My duty is to the boy.
What about your duty to his sister? She's as important as he is.
She is.
I'm not who I used to be.
Oh, Obi-Wan.
Find someone else. She'll be better off.
Rise and grind. Wow. With that young Jedi. Oh good, they couldn't just like hang him. Disney Plus.
That's tough.
I feel like he's just been fighting for so long, you know.
She's headed for Dayu.
I'm not the man you remember.
Well, you're going to have to be. You couldn't save Anakin, but you can save her. There is no one I trust more with my child than you.
Oh.
One last fight.
One last fight. One final job. I love the little saws that these droids have.
Uh-oh.
Lola!
No one's coming for you.
Well, the space camel.
I know. Digging up his lightsaber?
I'm surprised he knew exactly where.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
Oh, that's Anakin's saber.
Yeah.
The Jedi will hunt himself.
What if they'll explain how that chick in episode 7 got a hold of it to give to Rey?
You coming or not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's wearing that pretty openly too.
You're not even a real
This
organ.
kid's such a prick.
Yeah, but she held her own.
Yeah, she did.
Tracking its signal.
You're in Dayu now. All signals in or out are blocked.
This must be space New York. Look at Obi-Wan. Can't believe we're watching this. Can't believe he's back.
Any credits?
It's an old clone. Look at him. Look at Boba Fett.
Out of the way.
And I think that he was like a higher ranked clone trooper too.
I got Kessel Pure. If she's here, you're never gonna see her again. I was someone's daughter once too.
Oh gosh. What a haunting sentence to say.
I know. The Lord still loves you. You're still his daughter no matter what.
He helps people.
Jedi.
The Jedi are all gone.
I'll take you to him.
This was definitely space New York. People coming up to him, offering him stuff.
I know. No, it's not space New York because she gave him something for free.
She probably pickpocketed him.
Shout out to our New York fans.
We love
y'all. Oh, wow, this guy.
Sending a mother and son to your gate, you will let them through when they arrive. To Corellia.
Yeah, he's a fraud.
Well, gave him away. For me, it was the...
I know. I wasn't sure. I mean, when he brought the thing, so it must have been some trick.
It's all there.
Oh, you didn't have to.
Every credit.
Oh, he didn't have to. It's like the televangelist of Jedis. Yeah, let's go have a word.
I'm looking for a Jedi.
It's an unforgiving place for my kind.
Of course. How much?
Another 300 to take you to her.
Goodness, that light is unforgiving.
I mean, that's a really... What do you know of the Force?
There's a lot of remotes and magnets.
Yeah.
It looks like you just took money from that family.
I got them safe, poorer. You know.
A rat who preys on weakness.
That's right. You tell him, Obi-Wan. Good. I love it. I love it.
Love the trash
Some
talk.
righteousness.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Obi-Wan's like Jesus crapping on the Pharisees. I know that's 2 biblical references in one video, but vipers, you snakes.
It's an alien!
I've never seen one like that yet.
Is this some drug lab?
Does it turn into
Breaking
Breaking
Bad?
Bad? The people were asking us to watch Breaking Bad, but Jen's actually already seen the whole thing.
I love Breaking Bad. Holden has not finished it though.
I didn't. I watched up to season 3.
And he has not seen any Better Call Saul.
But to see Jesse start freaking out.
Science.
I know. Yeah, science.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
Ooh, we got 2 hits on Obi-Wan. A little rusty, that's all right. That guy's also from Dathomir, so probably pretty tough anyway. There you go.
Where's the girl?
It's all right. Still getting the job done. He didn't even use his lightsaber. It's a trap!
I'm surprised you fell for it.
Oh no.
And we'll be rich, and you'll be dead.
What have I seen him in?
Jedi or Kenobi.
Everybody bleeds.
There you go.
Good for him.
Still got a few tricks up those old sleeves.
Wait.
Layup.
Wait!
I'm here to help you.
Where's the army?
I am the army.
Where is he?
Well, I'll do another take on that one.
We have to change.
You're a Jedi? Shh. You seem kind of old and beat up.
Kid, you have no idea.
No idea what I'm risking being here, Your Highness.
You would kidnap an Imperial Senator's child, and you did this without informing me?
You left me no choice.
Whatever power you are craving, it will not change what you are, the least of us.
Oh.
You, all the power in the world, can't mask the stench. You are no longer required, sister. You will be dealt with when we return.
Return.
I like these cracks within this group.
Yeah.
I want every lowlife and bounty hunter on this planet to want them to squeeze him. He'll reveal himself eventually.
So we don't really know why she's so obsessed with Kenobi.
I don't know why she personally is like so obsessed with him. Oh, jeez. Yeah, send out an Amber Alert.
Half the city is looking for you. Put this on. You don't need those. And the gloves. You're my daughter.
Granddaughter, maybe.
What?
Nothing.
It's kind of rude.
Don't touch anything.
You sound like my parents. Make me float.
What?
I want to float.
Leia.
You haven't even told me your name.
Ben.
Not a Jedi name.
Well, that's my name. You have to trust me eventually.
You think the less you say, the less you give away. It's the opposite.
How old are you?
10. Thank you.
Yeah, she is very smart.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Sis,
Girl. Let's get to him first. I want to garrison here within the hour. Kenobi is the last ember of a dying age.
There's something you should see, Grand Inquisitor.
She's really gone rogue.
Yeah, she hasn't been stable from the first episode.
She's hurt.
Good. We're back in the palace, back to normal by nightfall.
Normal. Great.
Now, who's hiding something, Princess?
What is that? Why is there a picture of you? They took me to get to you. Did my father even send you?
Of course he did.
I don't believe you.
Leia.
No. Oh no.
Leia. Yeah.
Well, just tell us.
Oh.
Dang it, Leia. Gosh.
I'd be so irritated if I was Obi-Wan.
I know.
Oh gosh!
All right, come on, Obi-Wan. It's time to use that saber. I'm not used to seeing him use a blaster so much.
I'm waiting for him to use the saber.
He's beginning to believe. It'll come. Luckily, this guy learned how to aim with stormtroopers. He's gonna use the Force on her, make her float. And that's when she's gonna know. Oh, nice.
Okay, so they got their own powers. Inquisitors?
Yeah, they're like the Sith, pretty much. They are trained in the old Jedi arts.
Hold on!
It's been a while since he's used the Force, I bet.
Yeah, better get the cliff notes for that real quick.
Luke had the same problem in episode 8.
No! No!
Come on. There we go.
Barely.
That was a close one, Obi-Wan. He's beginning to believe.
All right, y'all. Time to go.
You really are a Jedi.
Inquisitors. Many were Jedi who turned to the dark side. Now they hunt their own kind.
It's a cargo port. It's fully automated.
Expect me to trust you.
If I made a few bad decisions, sure. Do I feel bad about it? Sometimes.
Wait, so was he ever a Jedi?
You remember
That guy?
Yeah.
I'm guessing not.
Okay.
If I'd known what you were.
Doesn't matter what I am. How do I know this isn't just a trap?
What choice do you have? Buy you as much time as I can.
Where is...
I love it.
Yeah, I love that saber.
Just do it.
Oh, a little mirror's edge.
Finally, we meet. You're as good as they say.
Get out of my face. You're no Jedi. Where is he?
I'm not gonna answer it.
I don't need you to.
I like her.
Yeah, she's intense. She's like super
Very.
unhinged.
Is it that hard to believe you might have friends? If somebody is offering us help, I think we should take it. Now come on.
You just remind me of someone.
Aww.
I'm not stubborn.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. Was your friend a Jedi too?
She died a long time ago.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love it.
I like her saber a lot too.
Go. I'll be right behind you, I promise.
Oh yeah.
Come on, do it.
Your fear betrays you. You're not going to die.
Today.
Lord Vader will be pleased.
Oh.
You didn't know. He's alive, Obi-Wan.
Oh.
Gosh.
Skywalker is alive.
They left him there to burn on that planet.
He's been looking for you for a long time.
I can stand the reek of your ambition no longer. Move aside.
Oh!
Can't let you take all the credit.
I'm full dark side. I've done been full dark side.
Can't bring Obi-Wan!
Oh my goodness.
It's been a while since he's been on some adventures.
Ooh!
Oh! Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's the best moment of my life.
That's awesome.
Oh, wee!
All right, end of Kenobi. That ending, awesome. Oh, Ewan McGregor's executive produced this too. I didn't know that. Very awesome. What did you think?
I really liked it. This is like everything I could ask for so far. Really just such a focus on the dark side. And you know, not just Darth Vader, we also have these Inquisitors, which is completely new for me, but I am really loving them. And I love the dynamic of there's cracks within this group, you know? She completely upended the leader. She straight up murdered him. So that was really interesting. She's very intense, very diehard, very dedicated. I'm also wanting to know what her beef is with Kenobi.
What I think I got out of what she was saying to Obi-Wan is that she wants to look good to Darth Vader. And so she must know about Darth Vader and Obi-Wan's connection, so she knows that she'll be rewarded greatly if she brings Obi-Wan
Really?
to him.
It seems like she has some sort of personal vendetta. I
It
thought
does
that's
seem
the route that
personal.
they were going.
Yeah, it does seem like personal, but that's the only thing I could think of.
It would be really interesting if later on some kind of personal reason came out for why. You know, I think that would make it really interesting. I'm loving the angle of the Inquisitors and the fact that Darth Vader is like central to this story, or a big part at least, is just makes me so happy. I really enjoyed the first episode because it focused heavily on Obi-Wan's just like complete detachment almost from his emotions from what happened. You know, he's very much in this routine of hiding who he is just to survive. And I think they did a really good job at just showing how empty his life is at this point. You know, it's the same thing every single day. Seeing the toll that it's taken on him, I'm glad they took a moment to kind of focus on that and show how emotionally like worn out he is. For me, that was the biggest thing that I noticed. Just that the amount of guilt that has continued on years later. So I really enjoyed how they really stopped to focus on that, because I think that's important to the story. Juicy storylines going on. You know, we have the Inquisitors, we have Obi-Wan who's having his internal struggles, coping with the prospect of him having to come out of hiding. You know, 2 children that he views as his responsibility to protect.
Yeah.
You know, and then we have the storyline of Leia not knowing where she came from, and I think that just all makes for really juicy storylines.
Her sliding down looked good, but there were just some awkward cuts and awkward direction there.
The female literally ran into a branch.
Yeah, like 3 steps. She's like, oh.
But that was my only complaint as far as just the episodes that I was a little bit like, oh. It looked a little rough. But other than that, it looks so good. And the last couple minutes of episode 2 were such a highlight for me. I could feel my heart like racing when they did a close-up on
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. So I really like it. I think it's gonna be good.
I'm right there with you. I am totally on board with this show. I figured it was gonna be pretty good. I'm trying to think, like, I'm trying not to be too biased by it, but pacing in the first episode is really good. There was a redirection, like in the trailer that we saw, it seemed as though Obi-Wan would be protecting Luke, or there would be something happening with Luke on Tatooine, and that's what I was expecting going into this. So by the end of the first episode, the second episode, when Leia is the one that's kidnapped, I'm like, oh, okay, subverted my expectations in a good way. I was trying to think in episode 4 when Leia calls for Obi-Wan, where she's putting the message in R2, she's like, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. So that she had some prior relationship with Obi-Wan through this show or through this series now, which is additional context, which bolsters up, I think, episode 4 of Star Wars. So I really like that. The opening of episode 1 of the show, where I couldn't tell if this was, okay, this is post Order 66 and these are some Jedis in hiding, training some Padawans in secret, but no, it starts us off at Order 66 when all the Jedis are being wiped out. We see some of the kids escaping. In the Fallen Order video game, which I played, I don't know if it's technically canon, but it's very similar in that you play as a Padawan who escapes and who grows up, kind of goes into some hiding or whatever, and the Inquisitors come after him. The game is similar to the show in that way. Visually, like you said, I love the effects. I love seeing the characters in the prequels put into modern day show filmmaking, like the lightsaber effects, like you see, just the subtle things, like on the third sister's saber, the way it flickers and reflects off of the environment around her.
Hearing wise, you could hear that very faint sound of the
saber?
Yes, that sound of the saber. I thought that it sounded a lot stronger.
I totally understand Obi-Wan's reluctance to do like anything, especially considering how brutal the Inquisitors are towards the Jedi and just the general hostility towards the Jedi. So, you know, he's trying to stay in hiding, trying to look after Luke, and I guess he's gonna try and secretly, or wants to secretly train him when he's ready, which Luke should be about that age. Owen's like, no, you're not gonna do that, I'm not gonna let you do that, which explains why Luke was not trained in episode 4 at all or had any awareness, because it was going against Owen's wishes. So seeing Miguel Organa come in and be like, show up personally and be like, you're the only one I trust, you're the only one who truly knows her significance and importance. And you know, Obi-Wan still is like reluctantly doing that, but gets it. And so he's torn between like, I'm putting my life on the line to try and help, but it is the right thing to do.
It's nice to see though a very realistic reaction, you know, with what he's been through. I feel like anybody else would have that same hesitation, you know?
Absolutely.
And, you know, with the Jedis, we have this like platform for them to live up to of, you know, you always do what's right no matter what. And I think that it makes it unique to have him hesitate so much, you know? I have to, self-preservation, you know? First. That's just a very realistic.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they went that route instead of, I need your help to save my daughter. Sure, let me jump in.
I totally understand Obi-Wan, because he's still like a good person, you know, he still has the core value of the Jedi.
Just a little traumatized.
I would argue he still is very much a Jedi. I think that's one of those things that's it's just a part of who he is, which I'm sure adds to like his guilt of like he's choosing not to help. You know, and he just makes him feel more guilty. But at this point, he's so in the hole of his grief and everything that happened with Anakin and the other Jedi. It's just, I don't know. I get why he would throw in the towel.
It's also, I think, a way for him to escape those emotions that bubble up.
Yeah.
You know, with him jumping in to help Leia, you know that all that is going to bubble to the surface as far as like dealing with those emotions from what happened.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's really been trying to push that down a lot. And they did, in the first episode, they were really trying to hit that home, you know.
A couple other more points. I loved the Inquisitors, the third sister. I love her like unhinged, chaotic spirit and attitude in contrast with Obi-Wan's much more reserved type of personality. And I'm really excited to see those clash later on. I would have thought that Obi-Wan would have learned that Anakin survived a long time ago, because Darth Vader is like number 2 of the Empire. And I thought that would be like common knowledge. Among like the people. I know they're on the Outer Rim, but you would like, I still know who Vladimir Putin is. I don't live in Russia.
I don't know. I don't think that maybe he just wouldn't put it together. You know what I mean? Like,
well, he heard Chancellor Palpatine call him Lord Vader, you know, so, but that I don't know, that might be a lore thing the other thing, probably the real explanation is that he cut off all communication with the outside world, probably post, you know, him going into hiding. So like he doesn't have like a laptop in his little cave.
Or maybe he's just in serious denial too.
Yeah, well, so either way, he had a verbal confirmation from the third sister that Anakin is alive and Darth Vader is like
and
aware.
that moment was so, I feel like that was the pinnacle of the episode. You could see that he wanted to shut down, you know, because all of that was going through his brain. He was replaying everything.
Yeah.
They just focused on his face, you know, and that was a great moment.
Star Wars fans are notoriously hard to please. Very, very difficult to please. So when it comes to a show like this, that I'm already falling in love with this show. I love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I'm so glad that Hayden Christensen decided to come back because the fans butchered him to death with the prequel movies. They made fun of him constantly.
Really?
In Episode 2, yeah, they thought he was horrible as a Darth Vader in Episode 3. Yeah, people will say, no, I always loved him. I remember when those prequels came out in 2005, you know, 2003, 2005, they hated the prequels, all of them. And Ewan McGregor even was, while promoting this show, talked about that. He was like, yeah, you know, when we made them, they were not well received at all. So, you know, when 20 years later, when the kids who watched this then are watching us now, and they say that they love it, it's like it's really helpful. So I'm so glad that Hayden Christensen decided to come back, because I could have absolutely seen him being like, I don't want anything to do with Star Wars anymore. Screw that. It was a thing I did. Anyway, so all that to say, I don't know what the general fan reception is for Kenobi right now if they like the direction it's going in. I personally am loving it, and that's where I'm at, and I'm sticking to that right now.
I'm really liking it a lot as well. I'm curious if I'm going to like it more than Mandalorian, because I feel like Mandalorian took a little bit of time for me to get into it, but once I got into it, I was like, oh, this is great. Yeah. This, I feel like I'm liking right off the bat.
Well, we have a relationship with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader already, so that's a point up for this show. But it speaks to the Mandalorian as well, that they were able to introduce a brand new character and have us love him.
Well, and everyone knows Darth Vader has been like
your favorite, yeah, forever.
My guy, yeah. You know, psychos that seems. So seeing kind of them really immerse us into the dark side is just holds so much potential for me.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, there was some dialogue in Episode 4 when Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fought, and they had their little really kind of clunky lightsaber battle that they did. You remember that? And I'm trying to remember if there was anything in that would like prohibit something in this show, because they said, you know, last I saw you, I was but a learner. Now I am the master, is what he said in Episode 4. So if they meet, and I'm hoping that they do meet and fight or do something in this show, I wonder how they'll do it to where Episode 4's dialogue will still make sense. Like we said in Episode 3, how General Grievous and Anakin had never met, and he made a comment. He was like, I expected someone of your reputation to be taller, which means in the Clone Wars animated series they could never ever meet, because it would directly contradict that line in Episode 3. I'm curious what they'll do with that. Anyway, I could go on about Star Wars.
I can only imagine the person that's responsible for making sure that they don't.
yeah, you can't. So, and if they would have just gotten rid of that line, they could have had Grievous and Anakin fighting in the Clone Wars and all that stuff. Anyway, I don't mean to ramble on. Comment down below. We'd love to know your thoughts on the first 2 episodes of Kenobi. It's 6 episodes long, so we have 4 left.
That's it?
6 episodes. All the Disney Plus stuff has been around 6. So I really hope that they're gonna blow me away. And so far, they're on course to do that. I'm loving it. And
me too.
There might be some nostalgia goggles seeing Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, but it is what it is. I love him.
I'm here for Darth Vader.
Yeah, and Darth Vader, and Hayden Christensen, thank you so much for coming back on the 1 in 10 millionth chance that you'll see this. I love you. Thank you so much for doing this and coming back. We appreciate you so much. Like this video if you enjoyed it. It does help the channel out a lot. Subscribe. You'll be notified next time we post a video. We will be doing these weekly as they come out and posting them probably the day after just for some editing time. Also, check out Patreon. You can watch the full-length reactions to both of these episodes along with me and Jen. So that's a lot of fun. You'll just need your own Disney Plus account to sync the footage up with us. But that's it. Thank you all so much. We appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.